Welcome to the Made in Maine podcast, where we dive headfirst to discuss difficult topics, core principles, and the creativity behind the thriving Made in Maine community. We invite you to tune in whether you're a skeptic, on the fence, or have many years designing and creating Maine-made products. Join us as we grow together and continue to put Maine on the map with the Made in Maine podcast. All right, here we go. Another day on the Made in Maine podcast show.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, so I am here with Matt, my co-host and my friend, and we're at another day in the online community, the online resell. I resell some things, but yeah, I have lots of different products. We're always adding new products. We got a black raspberry whoopie pie.
Oh, yeah. I saw your live video.
Yep, today. I try to do live videos and give people, updates on what's going on.
Did you do a live taste test of that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one, but
no, I guess it wasn't live. It was recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, it was recorded, and I'm gonna put it out to some people, maybe not the whole world.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, because it was kind of funny. But
and you did that with your employees?
Yeah, we sat down. I was like, "Hey guys, you want to taste test this?" We like taste testing here. Yeah. That's probably one of the perks of the business. I should put it on like the job benefit list.
Yeah.
Taste testing required.
Your employees need to know what your product is like.
In all jokes aside, that's actually a really good point, because customers will ask, what is the blueberry jam taste like? And obviously not all blueberry jams are the same. What does Moxie taste like, right? And some of my customers had never tasted Moxie before. Now that's a question that you could get millions of different answers on. We've actually asked that before, what people think Moxie tastes like. So if you're listening right now to the show, let us know what you think Moxie tastes like, because we've gotten quite a few different
Some
replies.
People are going to say it tastes disgusting.
Yeah, so. For sure. Someone said that it tastes like something you'd give to your child for punishment.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've gotten all sorts of responses. But yeah, the black raspberry, I thought it tasted very good.
I don't know how that could go wrong. So
yeah. Well, I don't know how you could go wrong with a whoopie pie in general. Although now since we're talking about Moxie, someone told me there's a Moxie whoopie pie.
Really?
So you could go wrong. You could go wrong with a Moxie whoopie pie
nice.
If you don't like Moxie.
Yeah.
But yeah, we added that. We added a wild Maine blueberry pancake mix, which is one that I've been wanting to add for a while. Is there anything like that you would like to create, but you just haven't put enough time, maybe, and maybe you don't feel like now's just not the right time for this?
Boy,
or
all the time.
It's going to be too costly or too time consuming.
Yeah, I've got a list. I've got a big list of all the things I want to make and add to my, my standard product line. And yeah, of course, there's always like hardly any time, especially right now, like business is crazy. I make something, and as soon as I make it and update the inventory online, it's gone. And
that's good.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
It's good. It's a great thing to have, but also, it makes it hard to do new things. And I'm also doing my edition on my
That's
my
right.
workshop.
We talked about it in the last show, how you were planning and doing all of that.
Yeah, but it started. The groundwork is done, and they're going to
Groundwork's already done?
Yeah, groundwork is done. Shout out to Andy at Maine Construction Solutions.
Give him a shout if you need some earthwork done, some construction.
Yep. And we're going to be pouring, probably today's Thursday, and we're going to be pouring the actual slab.
Now, did you bring in a different company to do that, or he's doing that too?
He is going to be having a company come out and do that, so he's contracting that out. But he did all the groundwork, and
excellent.
So, it's pretty good too. So
that is really
adding
exciting.
A lot of square footage to it, because I'm starting off with like 200 and something square feet. Or actually, no, it's 196 square feet, and I'm going to end up with like 600 something.
600?
Almost 700 square feet. So, not huge.
No, it's not
huge,
like 20,000 square feet in a big meat manufacturing warehouse.
Exactly.
That we'll talk about on the show with WA Beans.
Yeah, but I consider it to be a stepping stone. It's
Absolutely.
like just we just need a little more space so we can get that piece of equipment. It's going to make things a little easier, hire somebody, have some more space for people to work, and
WA Beans, we're going to be talking about, they've been around for over 100 years, like 150 years.
Yep.
Can you imagine where they started? I think they were selling meat out of the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And now they have a big, huge warehouse. And we've talked about it a lot, where it's just those taking those steps. Yeah. And I'm so excited for you that you're taking this step. Are you nervous at all? Is there a lot of money tied up into it? Have you been setting money aside and planning for this?
I've been planning.
You're not taking out a loan, are you?
No loans, no credit card, nothing going into it. So, we were talking about this a little while ago that, we like to take low risk.
Yeah.
We like to keep our risk low. And with that, obviously there's a lower reward than perhaps if you take a higher risk. But, we like to play it a little safer.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I feel comfortable with. That's what my wife and I feel comfortable with as a team. We're even though I'm the face of the business and everybody always sees me rambling and talking and walking and at the trade shows, I do bring her along. But she's doing a lot of stuff too behind the scenes. So any opportunity I can get to give her some shine and shout her out, I'm trying to do it more.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Kate, my wife Katie, she's always wanting to get into the business a little bit more, but it's real difficult. We've got 3 kids. You know, we got a 7-month-old little girl, and she's taking care of her all the time.
What's her name again?
Lorelai.
That's right. I got to keep asking because it's a very unique name. Your kids have unique names, and you think when they grow up, you think they would want to be a part of the business. We're going to talk about a 5th generation business today with WA Beans. Yeah, I would love to have my children be excited and want to be a part of it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've brought my kids out to the shop and shown them some stuff, like tried to explain to them. I mean, my oldest is 5, so it's a little harder for my kids to grasp it, but I think that my oldest is starting to grasp it a little bit and understands what I do a little bit more, and she has shown some interest.
She has that kind of creative mind. You think?
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that crazy how our children can have such different personalities? I have my oldest is very intuitive, and he's always sitting back examining and kind of just assessing the situation, and he's scans and looks at the people and just is like very observative. Yep. My other one he's the opposite. He doesn't even think, he just goes. He just jumps right into it. There is no observing. I'm going all in. So it's pretty interesting to see how that is, and just raising kids is pretty challenging, especially when you're running your own business. So shout out to our wives that do all of that extra work, or all wives out there that are raising children, staying at home, right?
Yeah. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Are you trademarked?
So I should be. A lot of my logos will have the TM on it, the trademark on all my logos. It's something that it needs to be done, and I keep putting it off. I've looked it up. There's I think it's US PTO, right? And so I've looked at that, and then I've gone, looking at doing it myself, and just I've read things where like you could screw it up, and if you don't put in the right words, you can lose all your money. I can't remember how much they said it was. It wasn't too bad. It was like $300 or $400. Yeah. But then I've heard that you need to go to a trademark attorney and have them do it for you, and that's going to cost a lot more money. So short answer, no. But hopefully by the time you hear this, I will be all trademarked.
So it was a while back when I did it. So Black Dog Ironworks is trademarked. And I don't remember specifically how much it cost, but it was around $400 or so. And I think I did it online. I think you can do it online. Okay. And I didn't have to do an attorney or anything like that.
So you just filled it all out yourself? Yeah, how long did it take you?
It wasn't very long. And the trademark office will actually do their own research into your trademark to see if anyone else has it or whatever.
That's what I saw. I saw there is one out there called U-Box of Maine.
Yeah.
And it's actually the company, why am I drawing a blank? They're literally to U-Haul. It's U-Haul's original name from I want to say early 2000s or something like that, or maybe even further back than that. Yeah. Wow. But then they changed their name to U-Haul, but it used to be called U-Box of Maine, I think, or something like that. At least the one up here.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that will cause any problems.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a super expert on this, but they ended up having some questions for me about it. So they actually called me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they called me and asked me some questions about it, and okay. Like maybe there was something that I put in there that they weren't 100% sure about, or they didn't really understand, and so they wanted to clarify, and so it actually made it pretty easy.
You could do a search right now and on the USPTO, is that what it is?
Yep.
United States
Patent Trademark Office. Yeah, something like that.
And you will see Black Dog Iron Works.
Yes,
and now I know with trademarks, it's like, so when I trademark, it will be like gift boxes or online gift shop or something.
Yeah.
But I've seen a bunch of different ones for different industries, and because you trademark the name, or you trademarking the logo, or you trade, you know what I mean? There's different trademarks that you can put.
Yeah, there's different options.
So that's another reason why I was trying to figure out, well, do I want to trademark my logo with boxofmaine.com, or do I want to trademark just Box of Maine?
Yeah, so I just trademarked the name.
Okay.
So
some things to think about, and I definitely have it on the top of my list to get done. So thanks.
I was actually, so I know I asked you if you were trademarked, but I already knew that you weren't, because I actually looked to see if Box of Maine was. And
so hopefully the next time you ask me, keep me accountable. I'm going to get it done. It is I'll show you right now. It's on the top of my list right here. Look, this is my notepad. We've talked about it before. It is literally like the second one down.
Nice.
Trademark BOM.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, you will see it trademarked soon.
Yeah, don't steal a Box of Maine from Dan.
I will come after you. Good luck.
Okay, so now you need to get it done before this episode comes out.
Apparently, somebody's going to come.
Yeah, you have a deadline.
Trademark it. Yeah. Great. Well, thanks, guys, so much for listening to the Made in Maine podcast intro. We're going to dive right in with Sean Smith from WA Beans.
The meat business is one an average Joe can't likely jump into. It isn't a read the manual type of job, never mind that the sheer volume might scare away an average Joe. In 2009, W.A. Bean produced 4 million hot dogs. That's 400,000 pounds of them. And that's just hot dogs. It doesn't begin to count the 20 sausage varieties or the many turkey, chicken, beef, and other products the company produces. But in the grand scheme of things, W.A. Bean & Sons is a small operation, and that probably saved it from going the way of C.H. Rice, Jordan's, and other longtime Bangor meat businesses. For now, the company stands proud in its epic 150-year history as it moves always with the times and looking to the future. It does so with great distinctions, not the least of which is that this old Bangor company is the only remaining producer of hot dogs in Maine. To see what W.A. Bean & Sons has to offer or to place orders for shipped meats, visit www.beansmeats.com or stop by the Beaumark Road location.
All right, so let's just jump right into it. We got Sean Smith from WA Beans in Bangor, Maine on the Made in Maine podcast today. How's it going, Sean?
Good, guys. How you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Doing pretty good. You know how it is as a small business in Maine. Every single day is different. It's always changing. There's been a lot of craziness this year with our businesses. And what's some crazy things that you've had to deal with so far?
I mean, again, just the way that everybody deals with the way they do their shopping. The way that people are cooking at home a lot more. So obviously our food production, we've had to ramp up that quite heavily. As far as, food supply situations and issues with the food supply chain, we've had to work with the public in that regards as well. As you know, Dan, there's been some issues, with supply and demand in that regard. And then the big hurdle I'm sure you deal with is, why can't you get this now? Or why can't you send this to me right now? Or things are out of our hands, it kind of just is what it is.
Yeah. And just to get people up to speed here, we've been doing business with WA Beans for like 4 or 5 years now. And we get the red snapper hot dogs from them quite frequently. And just as Sean said, the whole supply and demand, things have changed where, people you see people buying a lot more meat products. If they can't find it at the grocery store, they're going, you guys are a butcher shop, right? But you have a little retail room.
Yeah.
Where people
we
can come
have,
in.
we had always had a retail room here, ever since we had opened, in this location since 1968.
Yeah.
And, we were actually one of the first businesses in the area that just kind of took it upon ourselves to just close the doors, until we could kind of get a figure out on what was going on. And so we had to close our doors to the general public. And that's how we're carrying on now. We still have the doors closed to the public. We're, the way we look at it and the way our business model has changed, we're probably never going to have a public retail room again, if you will.
Really? Wow.
And that's logistically wise, it's been better for us. We've been able to adjust to that. The customers, we've been able to figure out there's very, very few customers that needed to come in there and look at each and every steak that we had in the retail room.
Yeah. And chat for about 30 minutes about how your day's going.
And we do miss that. We miss that aspect, but we're still, again, it's been me. Dan, you've been here picking up. You see who's been running those packages out.
You're out there doing it.
So it's me, it's David, it's the people that are in the retail room still. So we're still getting that interaction with the public. So that's good.
Yeah. So I noticed when we first started having the COVID-19 shutdowns and things like that, that a lot of the meat products were starting to sell out in the grocery stores, and so I'm sure that you guys saw a huge increase in your demand for your product. Is that still the case now? Has it slowed down a little bit, or are you still seeing that big level of demand?
It's kind of leveled out, and it's and again you look at the public perception on what's going on, with COVID right now, and a lot of people are kind of over it. So they're trying to act like it's normal as possible.
Sure.
But we see what's going on behind the scenes, and there's still issues with pork supply processing. There's still issue with certain processing of other aspects in the food supply chain. There's still issues with, getting masks and gloves. And we're starting to see that pick up again, as we see. And again, we're very lucky up here in Maine because we're able to just kind of creep along and, not to get political, but we've been able to be very steady in what we're doing in the reopen. We were one of the first to close, and now we're very slowly reopening. So we're very lucky up here in Maine, but across the country, they're shutting down again. Yeah. They're going backwards because they thought they were ahead of it. So now there's markets that they're panicking again. They're panic buying, and so again, we don't see that because we're blind to it in Maine. But being close to the food supply chain situation, we're able to see that it's still going on out there, and the prices are still fluctuating a little bit. But we're very lucky up here that we have been able to be consistent.
Sure. So you want to jump into a little bit of the history of WA Bean and Sons?
For us, we've been around since 1860. We've done business in the Bangor area, Bangor market, since 1860. I'm actually fifth generation of the Bean family. Wow. My mom married into the Bean family when I was 16 years old. And they put me right to work in the hot dog room.
Yes, nice.
I was stuffing hot dogs. Nice. I came home late one night, and that was it. That's all it took. They put me right to work for punishment, and I've been here kind of ever since. I went away to college, worked for a bank for a few years, did some advertising, but I've been back here now for 8 years, and I'm extremely happy. And then as far as what we do here, we're just kind of not only a food processing plant, but we do wholesale food delivery. So I work with restaurants and institutions and whatnot in the area, schools. We're a full service wholesale provider in that aspect.
So what is your position exactly? Like, what is it?
I'll be the director of sales and marketing.
Nice.
So I'm online quite a bit. I'm talking to people quite a bit. I'm out there with the public, I'm doing a lot of the sales and whatnot. So I'm kind of a one-man sales army.
Yeah, well, you do a lot. You wear many hats, I think, from what I've seen over the years.
That's what we do as small business owners, right?
Yes, sir.
So it sounds like you've been working there for a while. What's a typical day look like for you when you get up? And dare I even ask?
It's honestly every day is different.
Yeah.
Every single day. It's not a Groundhog Day situation. Let's put it that way. Every day is different. There's always some curveballs. But we'll get in the office. We got trucks coming in here starting at 6:30 in the morning. We've got suppliers and vendors that start dropping off. We've got, customers picking up packages starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then it's pretty much go time right up until 4:30. And then that's kind of when we take our breath and we kind of wrap up production and whatnot. So, it's a 7 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, schedule for me 5 days a week.
Yes.
We just go this time of year,
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about some of your products. So, I mean, the first thing that I think of when I think of WA Bean is the red hot dog.
Yep.
Is that probably your most popular item, or is
I mean,
else?
that's what we're known for.
Yep.
We're the last makers of the red snappers left in the entire state of Maine.
Yep.
When the COVID actually hit, at one point we were the last makers of red hot dogs in the entire country at one point, because our only other major competitor shut down all operations.
Yep.
So that's
good for you, right?
Yeah.
that was good for business.
Yep.
That was a nice little bump in business. But besides that, we make a full line of sausages, pork and chicken sausages. Our chicken sausages are all natural, none of the funky stuff that I like in pork sausages, I should say. But we also have a full line of deli meats, hams, turkeys. We smoke chickens in-house. Again, we've got a full line of products. We're making anywhere from 30 to 40 in-house products throughout the course of the year. We do old-time classics like mincemeat, head cheese, pickled tripe. We run the gamut.
Is it called Creton?
Yeah, Creton. Well, we don't do that.
Okay,
we work with somebody that does that, but we do have that available.
I got a lot of people that ask me about that one.
We make
I don't even know. It's a pork spread or something.
Yeah, it's a pork spread is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's very, it's very common in, the French-speaking communities.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, so that's good. I didn't know all those different products that you offer.
Where do you source a lot of your meat products from?
I mean, we source everything that we can source locally. We can, but as far as what we do, our volume that we make, we can't sustain. There wouldn't be a farm in the area that could sustain our need. So, I mean, again, a lot of our beef comes from the Midwestern houses. Most of the pork in the North America comes from Canada.
Yep.
And that's just kind of where we fall, and we're really lucky because we're really close to Canada. So
yeah. So let's talk about that production level a bit. So how many of these red snapper hot dogs are you making?
Approximately 400,000. I mean, we do go through about 400,000 pounds a year.
Wow, that's intense.
I'm probably like 1% of that. I think we've increased over the years.
Oh yeah, no, and again, those numbers, that's a ballpark number.
Yeah. Sure.
I can tell you that's next year. That number is probably going to be a little higher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you talked a little bit about how your competitors had to shut down. What's something that you guys have done, to maybe you'll start acquiring some of their customers and keep them as longtime customers. I know.
Right. And that's kind of where we are. We were able to pick up quite a few, new Hannaford accounts and bigger house accounts like that. But again, it's bottom dollar, so KM's back in business, and it's a different product. It's a mass produced product.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to get to their price point. You know that,
Yeah.
Dan, it's night and day as far as those products are concerned. But we've been able to be very consistent. We're able to, we've been holding on to those accounts. They were, they're loyal to us because we didn't fold. We were there the whole time.
And I'm guessing some of those other competitors, you can't just show up and have a conversation with them on the back dock and pick up, a box of hot dogs from and say, hey, how's it going?
Exactly. So, we still have that local angle.
I tell you what, though, you know what I'm most sad about?
I know you're going to say.
Hot Dog Friday. Free
Hot Dog Friday.
Free Hot Dog Friday. I always get me one snapper when I'm in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But again, and that's just kind of, those days are gone, like any type of free anything anywhere are gone. There's nobody reaching into a community bowl of anything at this point. So.
Well, we had Jason Clay from Governor's Restaurant on last week, and again, restaurant industry, obviously they're feeling a brunt of this, and they've had to kind of think outside of the box on how do they continue to get people to come in and buy any way possible. And you said you closed down the retail shop, and it seemed to be working for the most part. You're probably more efficient. And what he did, they had to close the doors, but they opened up takeout and online ordering, and it was cool because what we're seeing is a lot of these businesses are thinking outside the box, and they're getting to the online ordering. Yeah, they're adapting, and they're finding, oh wow, this is actually beneficial. I'm going to keep this.
I can tell you right now, there's restaurants in Bangor that will never open up to the way that they've always done business again. Right. They've told me this. Yeah. They're never going to be open until 11 o'clock again with full dining rooms. They're going to be closing down at 7 o'clock every night. They're going to be going home to their families. They're going to be doing takeout. They're going to be pushing curbside.
Right.
They're embracing the
the change.
They can't have right. They're embracing the change. They're going from 20 tables to 6 tables, and they're embracing it, and that's all you can do. You got to change. You got to adapt. What are you going to do? I mean, you can't all fold up and quit. You gotta fight for it. So that's what we did. We adapted. We changed. I can honestly say we'll never go back to the way we did it. And I know restaurants in town, they'll say that as well.
Yeah, and for a company that's been around as long as you guys have, I'm guessing there's been a lot of adapting and changing over the years. So that's an understatement.
Yeah, but at the same token, we do things by the old way here a lot.
Right.
Every order is written down by hand.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Every order is put up by hand. It's just there's a lot of
change is tough. Change is definitely tough.
Yeah. Absolutely. Change is tough.
Yeah. So Dan mentioned a little bit about how Governors was doing some more online ordering. Are you guys doing any sort of online sales or things like that?
Through the roof. Through the roof. I could probably tell you it's upwards 150% across the board.
That's what we're noticing. Matt and I are both online business.
Yep.
I actually had a small little retail showcase room, very, very small. Just closed that up right away. And but the online has been very great, very good for us.
Right. Yep.
And so I'm glad to hear that things are going good for you too in the online. I try to send people your guys' way when people want to order 10, 20, 30 pounds of hot dogs. I'm like, we have a hot dog box that we sell with a couple packages in it with some split top rolls and some Humpty Dumpty potato chips, right? But anything like 10, 20, 30 pounds, we just send them your way. So
yeah, those numbers are up, like I said, through the roof right now.
So we've talked about some obstacles you've had to overcome, talked about, competitors and how your day looks like. What's the most difficult part of the business, would you say? Would it be when a machine goes down, like a hot dog machine goes down, like I think happened?
Yeah, I mean,
when was that, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, a few weeks ago. When that's probably it. Whenever there's some equipment issues or production just goes to a halt.
Yeah.
Then you've got a full line of people. You got production people kind of twiddling their thumbs. You got people in the packing room kind of twiddling their thumbs. You got people in the, every aspect of this building it just goes to a screeching halt,
Yeah.
You can't sell anything, they're not buying anything.
Right. Because, you're fulfilling orders every day. You're making fresh meat products every single day.
Every single day that we make product, it's gone at the end of the day right now.
Exactly. Nothing's sitting around for, nothing's sitting around. When I place my hot dog order, they're making it like that day or the day before.
That day.
That's incredible.
Yep.
So that I could understand that could be definitely a difficult part of the business.
Right.
And then, so what about I know I've seen you, we have hot dog festivals, for people that are listening in, maybe from out of state. Maine's a little different here. We really get out. We go to the fairs, the festivals, the trade shows and business shows. And I know I've seen WA Beans at a lot of these, the folk festival or anything, downtown Bangor, and I've seen you, go to these events where they're giving out the red hot dogs. How is that, that part, has that, impacted you guys yet? Not getting because that's a big part of a business is getting their name out there. Just say, hey, we're here still. How's that been? Have you felt anything from that yet, or?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, we're feeling like every other business would be feeling that right now, because they can't do it either. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's a matter of just, adjusting and on the fly. We've done a really good social media heavy. Yeah. We do a good job with Facebook and Instagram and so we're heavy on that. And anybody that knows me, I'm out in the public. People know me as WA Bean. We do a great job. We've got a lot of branded clothes now, some hats. Yep. People are seeing that out.
Hey, I saw the new vehicle. I'm super jealous. Yeah. I want to get one too. I've been talking about it for a couple months now on the show.
So you see things like that. We just try to do advertising outside of the box as far as it's outside of conventional advertising. What are people seeing now? Right. They're seeing the van out there. They're seeing the vehicle wraps. They're seeing the hats, the shirts. And it's outside, and that's what you can do outside of just selling a good product. Right. Especially with very limited advertising budgets. Well,
that's what I was going to ask you. Because I've been getting hit up a lot by every salesperson ever trying to get me to get on some type of advertising. Are you doing anything else other than, it sounds like you're doing most of it in-house, generating your own?
Right, we do what we can, and we do some spot stuff here or there. We like to help the community out just as much as they help us out. Yeah. So we do some things with some radio. We do some things with 102.9 Hot Radio Maine. We do some things with WVII and Fox and WABI around here, but not much as far as nothing full scale. But
let's talk a little bit about your facility. How big is it?
it's big. You know, probably about,
Yeah.
we're probably talking about 20,000 square feet at least.
Yeah, wow.
You know, and 3/4 of that's mostly production space.
Nice. Which is weird because in my mind, it's a large building. I go in there and you only see just a small portion. You see like the front desk, you see the, a little bit of the retail room. You go in, you pick up your order, the back dock, and that's about it. But, one of these times you're going to, when things maybe settle down, I'd still want to come in for a tour.
Yeah,
I want to see
absolutely.
the production room and the facility, everything being made. Yep. That'd be pretty cool.
How many employees do you guys have?
About 20 to 25 year round.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep.
And so one of the things I was going to mention when I was talking about governors there is another thing that he did was they're like ramping up like specials and things like that just to try to get people in. And I know that you guys, I don't know if you still do, but you had some meat packages and meat specials. Are you still pushing that stuff, or you don't have to as much?
We still have meat packages, but I can honestly tell you, Dan, like there was probably about a 6-week period where I didn't even look at a price list. There was no point to look at it. There was nothing. There was no specials to be had.
Right.
So
that comes in when you guys are able to get it, right? Get product, the raw components in maybe at a better price when you order a large quantity, and you can maybe extend that to your customers.
Right.
But I'm guessing that's not happening right now. Yeah.
There really was. And again, in recent weeks, we've been able to get back on some specials, and we've had some good steak specials and whatnot. And, the ground beef prices has gone down a little bit. So
I did notice, when I was in this grocery store, the ground beef was just through the roof. Unbelievable. Yep. Some pork prices too, but it does seem to be coming down some.
Right.
So, well, we got you on here. Why don't we have you tell everybody where they can? I mean, obviously, when you go into the grocery store, your Hannafords, your IGA, you can find some of the beans products in there, right?
Yeah, if you're in a grocery store in Maine, you can be able to find us at, if you're in Maine, you should be able to find us at a grocery store, any of the big houses, Hannaford Shaw's, IGAs, AGs, whatnot. But just if you need help finding it, just look for a meat salesman, meat associate. I can tell you right now, all the Hannafords in the state, they have us prominently featured in their meat rooms. You can find us. We're at 229 Beaumark Road. Again, we're closed to the public, right in Bangor, but you can give us a call. You can find all of information right online, real simple, beansmeats.com. You can place your order online. You can give us a call, place your order. Pickups same day at this point, as long as we've got the products in house. That's about it. Find us on Facebook.
Yeah, it's fairly. I'll attest. It's a fairly easy process. Just give them a ring. Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna pick up the phone. Hey, I want this. All right. When you're coming in, okay, check. Right. Give them a call when you're there. Either you or somebody will pop out, throw the meat in the back of the car, and pay and take off.
Exactly. Pretty simple.
Is there any new products? I know it's probably not the best time to start developing new products and stuff, right?
Right. It's a tough time to do that. But there's some specialty sausages that we'd like to roll out that we're looking at that we're still tasting. So we will have some new sausages that we will be rolling out very soon. It's coming. The time's coming for that. We're getting caught up. So
yeah. Do you guys have any?
We'll be ready to rock and roll.
Do you have any like seasonal products that you guys make or?
Oh, yeah. So, we make, mincemeat and head cheese. Those are very seasonal. Okay. We do a spiral glazed honey ham during the Christmas time. We do a gray corned beef, during St. Patty's Day. Nice. So, yeah, we do a lot of seasonal items like that.
And do you see a big bump during certain seasons in sales?
Yeah.
Summertime.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Summertime for sure. July 4th, Memorial Day, Christmas, Easter, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So what are some of the common misconceptions about the business? You could talk about the business, but maybe red hot dogs. There's a lot of misconceptions. I know. I'm sure you've heard so much about them. You've probably seen so many of them, and you said you were making them at one point. You probably don't even care to look at them anymore, right? Do you eat any still? Or?
Oh yeah. Yep. I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
I know some people once they see a hot dog being made, they don't want one anymore. And that's why I'm not sure if I want to see one being made. But we definitely eat them all the time when we go camping. We're going to be eating some soon.
There we go. So yeah, I guess the biggest misconception when it comes to hot dogs is they're made of lips and a-holes.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not. It's a family show. It's a family show.
Yeah.
But no, it's all real beef and pork that we're using. Okay,
good to know.
It's spices and it's not.
Yeah.
But as far as that, there's no real misconceptions. It is what it is, man. We sell meat for, over here. That's what we do for a living, so.
I know that a lot of it's gluten free, right? So
yeah,
I know that seems to be a thing now. Everybody wants all natural, gluten free, nitrate free, all that stuff. So I'm glad that you guys are working on that part of it. I noticed that your packaging and your labeling has gotten better over the years as well. Is that something that you have a hand in, or is there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We try to bring, that's one thing that I wanted to update was like our packaging and our marketing approach, and some different things that we can kind of do. And that's really, it's the good thing about working, and David Dan is he does things the right way. That is the tried and proven method, but he's willing to listen and willing to try new things. And so that's where we get the new products, and, we're able to do some of, the new van and some new logos. And, he's excited about the next step as well, so it's a good thing that we got going here. We're excited about the next step,
So with the vans and stuff, are you actually, you're not delivering, that's mainly just delivering like wholesale to like a restaurant or something like that? Right?
Yeah. Wholesale, home deliveries.
Home deliveries?
We do a lot of home deliveries.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So,
nice.
Yep.
So what are some of the restaurants that you have accounts with?
I can tell you just about 90% of the restaurants in the Bangor area we do business with.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
I can tell you just about everything downtown.
Wow.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, so check out the restaurants, in Bangor. If you're eating out, you're going to probably be eating some meat from WA Beans in Bangor, Maine. So what's the plans for the future, Sean? I still got you here?
Yeah, I'm right here. I
talked about David being, somewhat open to, making those changes and growing and continue to press forward.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure. Right now we're just trying to get into the next level, just try to get through this COVID stuff, keep adjusting to how things are going.
Did you have to bring on more people like in the frantic when things got really crazy busy, or did you guys just work extra time or?
Oh yeah, no, it was full time. Everybody was kind of on board full time. It still is right now. It's go time. It's like I told you, that's what our schedule is. I have to tell David to leave. I have to tell him to take breaks. It's all hands on deck. Right now.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Sometimes it's hard to just stop.
Right.
Keep going.
Big time.
So great.
Yep.
Well, do you have any more questions? I don't have any questions. First I want to say, before we let you go, I want to say thanks for carving out the time. I know it's really, really busy. I've been wanting to try to get you on the show for a while.
I've had 4 phone calls and text messages come in the last 30 seconds.
Right. Yeah. So he's busy, but we thank you, Sean, for coming on. I'll probably be placing another hot dog order here soon.
Absolutely, buddy.
Business
I
is going
appreciate it.
good.
Thank you for having me on, guys. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and we appreciate the partnership that we have with Box of Maine for sure.
Excellent. Awesome. Yeah, we love to be able to bring a piece of Maine history like the Red Snapper hot dog to people all over the country. And before we go, why don't you just give everybody the social media where people can find you on social media?
Yeah, real simple. Facebook, WA Bean and Sons. On Instagram, it's @BeansMeats. www.beansmeats.com. You can find us all on there.
Great.
You find all that information. You got any information or any questions, just give us a holler.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks, guys.
See you. Take it easy.
If you enjoyed this episode of the Made in Maine podcast, then please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patreon is a great way for our listeners to support the podcast by donating a couple bucks to us for each episode that we put out. The podcast has not been free to produce, from the equipment that we need to record these episodes to the fees that we pay to host the podcast. It does cost us some money, and any amount of support that you can give would be greatly appreciated. Right now, there are 3 tiers that you can choose from, and some of the donor tiers come along with some benefits. So head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/MadeInMainePodcast to learn more. You can also help us put Maine on the map by sharing episodes on social media sites like Facebook or Instagram, anywhere that you think someone would be interested in our content. Another way you can support us by leaving us a review on the podcast app that you are listening on, and we may even choose your review to share it on the next episode. You can find us on Made in Maine Podcast on Facebook at facebook.com/MadeInMainePodcast. You can also find each episode on the podcast platforms like Podbean, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and now on YouTube as Made in Maine Podcast. Thank you for listening and helping us put Maine on the map.